Hey guys, so this is video number 2 of an indefinite series of videos about how to change habits, how to break bad habits and develop good ones. And it's going to be indefinite because habits is such an important thing, is essential to success, is essential to happiness, and it's something I myself keep learning new things about it all the time. It's an important part of my life, and and psychology keeps learning new things about it. So it's going to be something I'm going to be posting videos on habits forever, because I'm going to be learning things about habits forever. And so this one I want to talk about an essential part of habits. That every habit that you have has this thing which is called a habit loop. Okay, habit loop was first, I think it was first observed by Charles Duhigg, and it has he had three components. Later on, other people added the fourth component. I'm going to tell you what they are. Charles had cue, routine, and reward, and later on, some of the people added cue, craving, routine, and reward. I like the four, but the important thing about habits, and you're gonna say I'm gonna give an example, is that on those four components, if you break one of them, you can start breaking the habit. Okay, and I understand. I'm gonna give an example, and that's gonna be the best way to do it. So cue, craving, routine, and reward. Okay, I'm going to explain what they are, and I'm going to give an example how you could use that to break a bad habit. And actually, I'm going to give you a little example on how I use that to have I have used that to create a great habit that I have. So cue is anything in your environment or within yourself that makes you desire the habit. Okay, it can be a visual cue of you seeing something. It can be an internal cue of you feeling, for example, stressed. It can be anything that when that happens, it triggers your desire to perform the habit. Okay, craving is itself the desire, what it is that you want when you perform the habit. Routine then is the habits itself, is what it is that you do when you see that cue and have that craving and you perform, forces you perform that routine, that action. Okay, and reward is the reward that you get out of it, because there's no doubt if you do something, you're getting something out of it. Okay, so let me give an example then. Say you have the horrible habit of having a donut, coffee and donuts on your way to work every day. And you know it's bad for you. Coffee's not necessarily bad. One day I'm going to make a video about coffee, how I feel about coffee, but it's not necessarily bad. But donut, no. There's no way to dress it. It's like donut is dough, is bread with sugar, and it's fried. I mean, it has nothing good and everything bad. All right, there's no protein in it. It's just a horrible thing. But it's delicious. Okay, I'm not a big donut guy, but I know that people love it. Love it. But it's bad for you. So say you have that habit that every morning on your way to work, it's just more powerful than you. Like last time you had one. When I said, you know what, that's it. This is causing me to gain weight. This is not good for me. Next time, this was my last donut was today. I'll even go, so okay, this is gonna be our last donut today. You go and you have it, and then you say you're done. Next morning you drive, and something more powerful than you makes you pull over and have that donut again, and that kept happening over and over and over and over again. So let's take a look at what could be happening there, right? So cue. The cue, it can be anything, but let's say that you stopped and you looked around and you thought about it, and it said the cue, my craving, that desire pops up when I cross the intersection a block before or 2 blocks before I pass in front of the donut shop. Up until then, I was okay. I was like, I know it's hard, but when it passes an intersection, your mind starts changing and you start rationalizing in a different way, and it happens at that intersection. Okay, so say we decide it's that. What's the craving? The craving is it can be different things, but let's say is the Sweetness, the taste of a donut. It feels good to have that thing in your mouth. All right, great. So that's the craving. Could be another different things. Again, you have to see what it is for you. Okay. The routine, obviously, you pull over, order the donut, grab a donut, and eat it. Okay. And the reward is like, oh, that sweetness in your mouth, the taste of a donut. It feels so good. 5 seconds after you're done with it, it's like, oh, I hate myself, right? I shouldn't have done that. Did it again. Can't believe it. Know that. Okay. So that is your habit loop. So how would you break it? It's actually simpler. I don't want to sound simplistic, but it's simpler than it might look. You got to find of those elements, cue, craving, routine, and reward, which one or which ones you can change. I'm going to go into craving. Craving, for example, is not an easy one to change, which is why some people don't use it, because it's internal. It's something that you feel. So I can't really think of how you would change a craving other than change the habit itself, okay? But so craving would be hard to change on that situation. The reward, which is the sweetness of the donut, the taste of the donut, will be also hard to break unless they start making such donuts. In which they're not going to. They think they're going to make the donuts more delicious, right? So you can't change those two, but you can work on changing the other two. So, for example, the cue. You realize that when you pass that intersection, something triggers in your mind, and now it's like it's more powerful than you. All that thinking that you had of power, that becomes a thinking of like, this is too strong, and so happened at that light. So what could you do? Well, simplest thing, take a different route. Take a different route and see what happens. Again, this is just using the example of the donut, but you can use that in anything. Just do something different that's going to avoid that cue. And you're going to see it's like, in your mind, because you know the time has come and it started coming, it might still be a little bit there, which might mean you might have to backtrack a little bit and start to change even before. But you will see that if you take a different route, like, it's not that strong anymore. Again, you got to be careful because your mind is powerful. Next thing you know, it becomes not that light, but the other light, or it becomes when you sit in the car to go to work. So you got to change. You got to be careful with that. But one way to affect that is by changing the cue. The cue is no longer there. The habit starts becoming easier to break. Okay. Again, craving, you couldn't change that, but you could change the routine. Say the craving was sugar, right? So imagine, okay, let me try doing this. Let me try bringing a cup of coffee with me, because I'm going to have my coffee, and something that is sweet, but sweetened with stevia, that is not a donut, and have it in my car. Have it with me ahead of time, so when I pass an intersection and that craving happens, I was like, okay, my coffee is right here, my sugar-free whatever is there. And you have that instead. And all of a sudden it's like, I know that the donut would be good, but it no longer has this grasp in me. I can go on. I can drive past that donut shop and be okay. So, and again, I don't want to make this sound simplistic. It'll take a little willpower, okay, but not a lot. You don't want to rely on willpower alone. So by breaking anything in the habit loop that you can break, you can break any habit. And that can be the donut. It can be you sitting at your desk after lunch and feeling this desire to go on social media, a social media addiction. It can be road rage. It can be anything, and you can also use it to develop good habits. Like the good habit that I have is when I'm working at home in the afternoon. Usually I'm working in different things, but usually at home. Every time I go to the bathroom, I drink a glass of water. And that habit is ingrained in me. I'm in the bathroom, I was like, I'm thirsty. And because of that, I drink a lot of water, which is a great habit. And it was developed that way. Every time I go to the bathroom and I'm peeing, I'm like, water. And I go, boom, in the kitchen and I get a glass of water. And that means I pee a lot. And it means I drink a lot of water too, which is one of the best things you can ever do for yourself. So there you go. Habit loop. Very powerful. Use that for every habit that you have. Use that for the good ones and say, what it is that I do. Oh my God, that is so cool that I do that. And look at that for the bad ones that you want to break, and it's going to make things a lot easier. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, Eduardo here. If you like this video, make sure to give it a little thumbs up, and also make sure to hit the subscribe button and the little notification bell so you get notified whenever I put out a new video. I put out new videos on inspiration and self-improvement every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.